Alright guys, Hazink here and welcome back to another 5-9 Gaming news video. So today we've had an update from EA to confirm that the buyout of Codemasters has now gone ahead and they are now part of the EA family. So what this basically means is if you're a fan of racing games, basically the place to be now is EA to get all your racing games. Now they've got a short video here which I'm not going to play sound for. I'm going to pause it quickly and it will show you the kind of franchises that are now under the EA umbrella. So you've got Dirt 5, you've seen that first, okay, we'll go back a little bit. Dirt 5 is now part of EA. You've got Project Cars. You've got Formula 1 Mobile and Formula 1 mainline racing games. The Grid series, Project Cars Go, Real Racing, Dirt Rally 2.0, obviously the Formula 1 2000 games. Need for Speed, I think that's basically saying Need for Speed's going to be pretty much handled by the Codemasters team, which could be good for the Need for Speed franchise, to be totally honest, because it has dipped a little bit over the years. They obviously did bring in the makers of Burnout and Criterion Games, and for a while it seemed okay, but then obviously they went off the boil a little bit. So you can see here that the general view, I'm just going to give you a snapshot from people who are fans of gaming. The usual stuff, EA are involved and people are worried that it's going to be part of microtransaction hell, basically. You see here, again, a lot of people are down on the idea, which I think's maybe a little bit unfair, to be completely honest. I mean, EA, yeah, some of their games have microtransactions, not all of them. A lot of them are cosmetic. I mean, I suppose it depends how it's going to go. If they go down the loot box way with racing games, like for example, if they brought out a Formula 1 game and they gave it an Ultimate Team style feel, where you had to pull gacha style for various car upgrades and various drivers and stuff like that, yeah, probably wouldn't be into that. I'd probably think that would be a bit disappointing, but I mean, they could obviously take the if it's not broke, let's not try and fix it approach and leave things how they are, because up to now Codemasters have been pretty reliable for their Formula 1 series. It sells pretty well, it's fairly popular in gaming circles, and fans of the Formula 1 race series are actually pretty big on the game. They think it's pretty decent, and a lot of non-Formula 1 fans play it as well, so it's got a lot of crossover there. So I don't really see them changing too much about that. So personally, I think this could be quite a good thing. Again, that's just my opinion, you know. Codemasters does have some other franchises and EA now own them, so they can basically revive anything they want. So we could see some older games coming back to the forefront. Who knows what EA are planning with this one. But the main takeaway from this is really, other than Microsoft, I think, with their, can't remember exactly, is it Turn 10 that makes the Forza games and stuff like that, you're not really going to have a lot of options to get driving games these days that aren't from EA. So if you're someone who just flat out refuses to buy games from a certain publisher, then you're maybe going to struggle to get racing games going forward. But again, I don't think this is a bad thing. I am looking forward to see what they bring out under the EA banner. I mean, are they going to bring out more Dirt games? Are they going to scrap that? Are they going to bring out new racing franchises? Because I do know that historically speaking, EA, when they buy up a studio, they haven't necessarily been a fan of keeping their franchises going. I mean, once they bought Criterion, other than Burnout Paradise, they've never brought that franchise back. So I think EA like to focus on franchises that they actually own the entire IP for and they've built from the ground up. So who knows, maybe we'll get one more iteration of Dirt and then they'll scrap it and try and do something else. I know, again, the Grid series is really popular. EA don't really have a competitor in that field. So again, maybe they'll try and do something with that, maybe they'll rebrand it, who knows. But again, this is fairly decent news for fans of racing games, because with EA's budget and EA's marketing, you have to hope, fingers crossed, that Codemasters is going to do well and it doesn't go the way of quite a lot of other publishers or developers that are bought up by EA, because obviously over the years there has been some disaster stories where people get bought up, they end up shuttering the studio, close it down, and some of the staff get re-employed within EA studios. Codemasters is quite a big publisher here in the UK, a big developer, sorry, here in the UK. We don't have that many developers left in the UK. So to see a big name like this closing down and moving over to America to incorporate into EA Studios would be sad. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully Codemasters is allowed to develop its own ideas and EA provide it with just the support that's required to move forward. So anyway guys, that is the news. We have found out today officially once again that EA have now officially taken on the mantle of Codemasters, and they now own Codemasters, and they are now the monopoly when it comes to racing games. Again, let's just take a look at what they're going to be getting here. So again, Electronic Arts, they're taking over Dirt 5, taking over Project Cars, they're taking over Formula 1 Mobile Racing, they're taking over Grid, they're taking over Project Cars Go, Real Racing, Dirt Rally 2.0, I think Real Racing was already EA, Dirt Rally 2.0, Formula 1 2020, and Need for Speed. So basically, out of all those racing games there, I think 2 of them belong to EA, the rest of them are Codemasters franchises. So again, fingers crossed this doesn't mean bad things for Codemasters. Onwards and upwards. Hopefully we'll see some good things coming out of this merger, buyout, whatever the hell you want to call it. But again, if we look here, the community, just in general, doesn't seem to be that happy about it. So we'll see how it goes in the long run. We never know. We'll see how it goes. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I'll catch you on the next 5-9 video. Bye.